Hello everyone. As you may know, I love stats and I do my best each month to try to interpret those stats. I also constantly mention how important it is to be reviewing stats that are relevant to where you own real estate and also how easy those stats can be skewed. Most often, when you're reading blogs or listening to podcasts about Toronto real estate, those writers have used stats they've gathered from the Toronto Real Estate Board. And the problem with those stats is that TREB, the Toronto Real Estate Board, includes large areas outside of Toronto proper. It includes areas in Mississauga. It includes areas in Halton and Oshawa and Whitby and areas like that. And most often, TREB also publishes market stats for all housing types. So that includes condos and condo townhomes, as well as the detached and semi-detached homes. So if you, for example, own a home, maybe a semi-detached home in Brockton Village, it's not very helpful reading the general TREB stats because they're using potentially stats that include condos in Mississauga, for example. And in my past videos and my past newsletters, I've always used Toronto-specific stats, just Toronto proper. However, as the vast majority of my business is selling single-family homes in West Toronto, I've decided to go one step further, and going forward, I've started to gather stats specific to freehold homes in West Toronto, and that's what I'm going to start reporting on, which hopefully will add more value to you, my buyers, my clients, my sellers, and my neighbors who can now read stats and listen to stats that are very specific to our local neighborhoods. So this month, I'm excited to share the latest data for West Toronto freehold segment, highlighting stats specifically for October. Now, the biggest headline for October was the rebound we've seen in sales volume. Compared to October 2023, so last October, sales volume was up 65%. And compared to October 2022, sales volume was up 51%. And while the number of sales is still down significantly from years earlier, pre-interest rate hikes, it appears that the recent interest rate reductions are starting to have an impact and buyers are returning to the market and the confidence is continuing to increase. Year to date, there has been an increase in active listings as well as new listings compared to the same periods, both 2023 and 2022. But there has also been an uptick in the sales to new listing ratio, which indicates that more of the product is beginning to get absorbed. As a result, prices have also continued to climb, albeit just by small margins. If we look to year to date, prices have increased 1.63% relative to the same period in October 2023. And if we're looking just at year over year, prices are actually up 2.8% compared to October 2023. That being said, the average sale price for freehold homes in West Toronto is still down from the absolute peaks that we saw in late Q1 of 2022. Where we saw the massive swing in average sale price before the government started doing their aggressive rate hiking cycle. So it does appear, and I've said this in past videos, it does appear, that the bottom of the market has been found and that prices are continuing to increase and buyers are coming back to the market and the confidence is continuing to resume. And so that leads us to wonder what will happen over the next 6 to 9 months as we head through Q1 and Q2 of 2025. And I personally think that we're not going to see a massive jump in volume or sales prices. But I do think that, we're starting to return to, quote unquote, a normal market, a market that we saw back in 2020 through 2022 when interest rates were much, much lower than they are today. It would appear the government will continue to cut rates at probably most of their upcoming meetings for the foreseeable future anyways. And while that does not have a direct impact on the 5-year fixed rates, it does have an impact on the variable rates, and it does have an impact just generally on market confidence. So, again, I think that prices will continue to trend up. There may be a little bit of bumps, but I don't think there's much downside to the market. And over the next 6 to 9 months, we should begin to see a little more of a level footing. So that's where we'll leave it at today. Again, going forward, my videos will always be specifically on West Toronto, the freehold market. So if you have friends or neighbors that are interested in learning more specifically about West Toronto freehold market, please make sure to share this video with them. If you personally are interested in digging into these stats in more detail about your specific home or your specific neighborhood, please feel free to reach out to me anytime. Until then, thank you for watching, and we'll talk to you again sometime soon. Bye-bye.